You already know who it is. It's your boy, Ron Burgundy, Mr. Unapologetically Ignorant. And you know the motto. If you ain't part of the solution, you part of the problem. This ain't the fat mother effer to mess with. Yeah. As long as we all come together, hit that like button, subscribe, and share, we gonna be all right. I promise you that. Today, we gonna be touching on some serious topics. I know everybody's been seeing me trending lately and everybody's sharing the whole shit with what's going on in Long Island. I want everybody to understand that's not my intentions whatsoever. I'm not here to do all the you did bad, homie. That's all fun and games. What I'm here to do is to give you the story that nobody gives you. Everybody tells you about what it is to ball out, to have $3,000 at a dice game, to have all this shit and to have that. But nobody tells you about the consequences that come with that and how they live with those consequences. You see, everybody is pushing this, let's change the narrative. We don't need to change the narrative. We need to correct the narrative. And do you understand the difference? Let me explain to you what the difference is. To change something is to alter what it is. It will never be the same. When you correct something, you bring it back to its original state. And we need to correct the narrative because in truth, reality, 90% of us, our grandmothers didn't raise us to do this. We were taught to close our mouth when we chew. We were taught not to speak when we're chewing. We were taught not to talk when adults are talking. We were taught to hold the door for ladies, to say excuse me. You know what I'm saying? To excuse yourself when you break wind. We were taught to do the right thing. No. I won't have that because you know what? We were all children at some point. We didn't come out gangbanging. You know what I'm saying? We're from Long Island. Let's you know what I'm saying? Let's zoom in on what we're talking about from our culture. We're from Long Island, homie. We're not Cali, we're not New York City, we're from Long Island, homie. And we have culture out there, and it's not just surrounded by gangbanging. If you want to ask me something, I feel, and this is no disrespect to any gangbangers, I really feel the gang culture coming to Long Island destroyed a lot of Long Island culture. Because back in the day, and what you guys are going to hear a lot of stories about, because I got, you know what I'm saying, Backdrop of TV Ice helping me, reaching me and tapping me with the people who need to tell us, man. They got a story to tell. They're going to tell you the real thing, what it feels like when that cell door closes. You see what I'm saying? These are the conversations I want to have with Mousy. I want him to tell people that who Howard is, Howard Davis is, you see what I'm saying? Because he's a man, and everything these people put in the social media, they paint him out to be a horrible person, but you don't know the people he took care in the back. You don't know what he lives with every day. You don't think he regrets some of the decisions and things he did? We're going to find out real soon. We're going to have a real in-depth conversation. We know what Mousy done. Everybody knows what Mousy did in their life. But let's find out what Mousy's doing now. And this is what I'm telling you. I'm pushing. We're going to correct the narrative. We're not changing nothing. And we're not allowing anybody to get up here and to speak for Long Island when they can't speak for themselves. You see what I'm saying? If they can't show them what they learned, we're not here spitting the 48 laws of power and, you know what I'm saying, breaking down Sun Tzu and the Black Pit. Nigga, we're in real life. Where real life things happen, homie. And we're dealing with real life. We have to get back to those basics, those core values that we saw, you know what I'm saying, that our parents taught us, that our grandmothers taught us. You see what I'm saying? That's when we can be better people. We out here judging everybody, talking about let's change the narrative, let's do this. Now we got to take accountability and look in that mirror. And I'm telling you stories that have affected me, people I know, things I've been through. I'm not going to glorify what I did because you know what? That's a smack in the face of the victims that I had in my crimes or people that I did shit with that's in jail. It's not what we're here for. It's not what I'm here for. My platform is to break things down to you and make you understand them, okay? So you don't walk down that street and land in that same pothole I landed or the other individuals that landed that have been on my podcast. This is about Long Island, homie. This is about Long Island bringing the real, true story about what people really go through and not this glamorized gang life or this glamorized street life where it's all popping bottles, hoes, and money because it's not. And nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about them tears that drop when them cell doors lock in and you know you're not coming out till somebody says it's okay. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that, homie. Let's not talk about hanging in front of a store and you the littest nigga in the world. And this is not towards nobody. Because you see a lot of people do it. You see what I'm saying? This is my piece. Look. See that? Beautiful pool, black backyard. I'm just a regular person though. You see what I'm saying? I'm a regular person who chose to understand that it's nothing wrong with being regular. There's no such thing as basic. There's no such thing as average, homie. It's what you want it to be. I tell my wife and I tell my friends, I said, you know, I'm not programmed to think like everybody else. And this is why my voice is going to be heard from here to wherever it goes. And I appreciate the support because you understand where I'm coming from. I'm speaking from here and not just here. Excuse me. Anybody can read a book and tell you what it said. Anybody can go get a degree in psychology and break someone down mentally. Homie, that's the easiest part of anything. What I learned the hardest part of doing anything is applying it. It's applying it, homie, and dealing with reality and not dealing with delusion. When I was popping irks and hustling, nigga, and doing what I'm doing, I'm thinking I'm the man. Really, I'm a junkie, homie. Because in the long run, it caught up to me. It gave me an addiction that I fought with my life and I made it. See, I'm not afraid to tell you I made mistakes and be human. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know who I'm supposed to be now. And I'm going to correct the narrative. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to be sitting here. My grandmother would not approve of me sitting up here talking, I'm this big bad motherfucker, whatever I did in jail. And like, so what if I did that? That's not what she raised. That's not who, she ain't raised Ronnie Hendricks. Like, no, she did not. You see what I'm saying? And we're not going to change that. We're going to bring it back to that. Yeah, I got an old school soul like my pops' father. You see what I'm saying? That comes through trials and tribulations, homie. I'm telling you, I'm not telling you something because I read it in a book or I seen it in a magazine. I'm telling you because I fought real life things, addiction, poverty, homelessness, whatever you want to call it. I fought it and I made it out of that by being humble, homie. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you young niggas something, man. There's two things in this world that are humble. You cocky, conceited niggas. That's a blood in your mouth or a dick in your ass. Yeah, I said it. No homo, I'm not saying it. Yeah, that's what some of you niggas need, homie. That's what was happening. You need Fleece Johnson to run into you, homie, and see how tough you niggas really is. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, let's see how tough you is. See, everybody acts like they never been punched in the mouth before. They never tasted their own blood. And if you haven't, that's why you're not humble. I've taken L's. I've lost a fight. I'm not Superman. You see what I'm saying? I fell and broke my ankle before. You see what I'm saying? I've done these things in life. I've made mistakes. I've used drugs. I've gangbanged. I've went to prison. You see, I've done bad all in my life, homie. But that's not what it's about today, because you know what? I can't change that. All I can change, right, is me in order to correct my behavior. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to change how people see it. It's always been given to us the same way. Honor thy parents. Do the right thing. Religion is something it's presented to you. It's not forced upon you. If you choose to follow, if you should not. This is what my channel is about. I'm here just telling you about experience in life, people that I've came across in my life, and they're going to tell you their stories. But they're not going to tell you about all the drugs they sold. They're not going to tell you about all the money they made. They're going to tell you about all the people they made cry when they went to jail. They're going to tell you about the people who longed for them every night when they had those extended bids. They're going to tell you about the nights when the doors close and it's just them. It's just them and God. You see what I'm saying? And these are why I'm bringing these people up, because these are men. These are men. You see what I'm saying? They know what they did wrong, and they're not dwelling on it. They're not proud of it, no matter the good or the bad. See, that's the difference between growth and development and wannabe shit, homie. We don't do it for the internet. You see what I'm saying? I don't do it for that. I don't do it for that, homie. I have a lot of people that call me every day for advice. You see what I'm saying? I have a son I'm raising. You see what I'm saying? I have nephews. I have nieces. I have people around me that look up to me to make better decisions than I made back in the day. And the only way I do that is if I correct the narrative in my head and know that, no, I am not the biggest, baddest person out there. Somebody will punch you in the mouth, even if you're 101. And oh, you see what I'm saying? It's going to come your way. If you push that energy out, it's going to come that way. You see what I'm saying? That's why I come to the internet as I am. Not perfect, homie. Not a super villain. I'm not a super gangster. I'm not a super blood. I'm just human, homie. I'm happy being regular. But I tell you, I've been in rooms that none of you niggas have been in. I've been around people that you can't be around. And you know what? Call it what you want, but I'm just me. I'm unapologetically ignorant. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep bringing you guys content and breaking it down, not just from an intellectual, but from emotional, spiritual, and just a real way, homie. I don't have to, them big words confuse normal people. They don't have time to sit down and read the books you read in prison. They don't have the time to do that. It's real life going on. They got to take care of their kids. So that mumbo jumbo people be kicking the philosophy of the stars and the bars and the moons, and you know you got to proactively be proficient in your providing. Come on, bro, kids, miss me with that, homie. Everybody miss me with that. That's not what we here for, homie. You want to get lectured, nigga, go talk to an elder. I'm here to tell you, look, I touch that fire and it burns. But I'm telling you, if you don't touch the fire, it won't burn. You choose what you do. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And yeah, we're going to keep taking this content to a whole new level. We're going to keep bringing you things that no one else brings you. The real psychology, the real mental, the real emotional, turmoil that these men who have made those decisions and lived that life are going through. Because at the end of the day, man, we're all human. We're not different species, we're humans, homie. No matter what decisions we made, if you're extra tough, super tough, like, no, that's not what this is about. This is not what we're about. And we are going to be the first podcast to really, really, really put Long Island on the map. Y'all stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. Make sure you go follow Backdropper TV. The link will be in my bio. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with bro. I appreciate all the help. I appreciate all the support from everybody. And everybody that's calling me in the background, giving me guidance, telling me, yo, what my strong points are. I'm not going to name drop you. I'm not looking for credibility, but I appreciate every one of you because it means a lot to me that you watch my video and you understand where I'm coming from and you're reiterating what I already know, that I'm here to really give you guys a message and not just preach to you. You see what I'm saying? I place myself amongst the people because I am amongst the people because I am the people. You see what I'm saying? Nobody wants to hear someone talk that they can't relate to. I don't wear $1,000 outfits, homie. I don't do none of that. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. But as you can see, I'm not doing too bad, you know. Life's good, homie. You know, life's good because I value waking up now. I don't value what I put on. You see what I'm saying? I don't value what other people think of me. I value what I think of me. I value what my wife thinks of me. I value what my son thinks of me. I really should have taken that time to value this years ago when my grandmother was still around. God rest her dead, Miss Maggie Wood. My grandfather, my uncles, my family. These people are astounded individuals who taught me a lot. And I just like disregarded it and said, I'm going this way. And now we're correcting the narrative. We're correcting it. We don't want to change it. We want to bring it back to grandma and them lessons and having picnics with the family and family reunions. When's the last time someone's been to a family reunion? Exactly, man. Let's bring back the human nature to human nature. The internet is not a real place. It's not, homie. And the moment you try to come here and try to seek its approval, all it will do is open you to scrutiny and for your dirty laundry to come out. Because if you just come out regular, people will accept anything you did. As long as it's not no crazy shit, obviously. But, you know, hey, you did some drugs before, so be it. We all did drugs. People who sip lean right now don't think they're dope heads, but they are. But, you know, it's just how it goes, you know. That's their perspective. We don't want to change that. We want to correct it. We want them to understand that grandma and them told us not to do none of that. Like, I still go outside to smoke my reefer sometimes if I'm not in my room. Because that's how I was raised. But y'all know what it is. It's your boy, Ron Burgundy, Mr. Unapologetically Ignorant. Y'all stay tuned tonight. We'll be going live with Backdropper TV, Mr. Ice himself. And we're going to be talking about this word everybody's throwing around. I see it all the time in every fucking podcast. Accountability. Tonight, we're going to talk about accountability. And again, my podcast is bigger than just one person to speak on. I don't need my name to get above anybody else. And quite personally, a lot of you niggas, I don't even want my name associated with what they're doing to you on the internet. So you know what? We're going to keep it unapologetically ignorant and keep bringing you shit you can learn from and the shit you want your kids to hear, shit you want your mans to hear. You see what I'm saying? If you don't know how to tell it to them, I got you. Ron Burgundy does. You already know.